Well, hey everybody, this is Steve at Thousand Year Homes. Welcome aboard. So, do you have to dress like a hobo while you're building a shipping container home? Well, yes, you do, or at least I do. So, today's my longshoreman look. Looky there, longshoreman's going on. But listen, the cards have finally aligned. It's a brand new year, and it's taken 8 full days before I get time. But nothing else I need to do. Nobody's calling me for anything. The sun is shining. It's a really nice day outside, then not raining. And here I am. I'm going to do a big picture thing today. But you've seen some of this, mostly just getting the furring all in so that I could drywall this bad boy. If I get done with that, I might even run to town and get the drywall from Home Depot because they're open on Sundays. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm super excited. Let me set up the camera out there. You can watch me do a stop motion. I won't go through all of this furring stuff. I'll put a link there. Yeah, right there. I hope right there. We'll see right there for how I did the furring in there. And it's just a bunch of repeated. If I get done with that, I'll break down these doors and get them ready to build a wall out of them. I'll rehang those doors in the back. They're up there sloppy, and they're not hung right. And there's gaps in them, but I'll rehang those and get those squared up. But I got to get this little bit of stuff all into the tent, so I'm going to be firing up my tractor and moving some, concrete, floor skimming, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope that I give you a little bit of uplift in life. I doubt you're going to learn a darn thing today, but maybe you're just sipping there, drinking some coffee or getting ready for bed, and you need to watch somebody do something. So there you go. All right, now that the tent's done, I'm going to work in here. And the next phase is drywall, and so I need to finish up furring strips. I have the hardy plank for under the window. Under the window, I do something different. I use outdoor hardy plank because I'm likely to leave a window open. Plus, I don't feel like I've completely made these weather tight yet. They need some trim, some sealing, et cetera, et cetera. But all this little bit pieces, I know it's drywall stuff, but I'm going to move it in the other container so it's not in my way. I'll keep this crash cart for now, but virtually everything else, and I'll keep that because it's heavy. That's for the ceiling when I get to that, so that will stay in. But all the tools and everything that's not necessary for this project, I'll keep the furring strip. I'm going to move out of here real quick, get this straightened around. I've got the tent done. Why not this? Well, but cleaning videos are pretty boring, but here we are. Let's see if I could get some real work done today. We'll find out. All right, so insulation's an interference fit. So, measuring that off, I know that it's 12 inches, but, for insulation, I'll cut it just a little longer so it sticks in there. And if I go 12 by 28, that'll be big enough. And then I'll cut this part out of the insulation. They make insulation knives, and it's really a good idea to get one. I know some guys use bread knives. That's good too. But this Red Devil insulation knife, you put an edge on it, and it'll just cut right through that mineral wool. Now, there's a lot of benefits to mineral wool, which is this. One is hygroscopic, meaning that if water, it repels water. So it doesn't like to get wet. Two, it's got a melting point of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. So, out here in Texas, fires are the big problem. So I cut this all outside and got it ready outside because I'm living in here and I don't want a lot of insulation. But another benefit of it is because it's mineral, it drops out of the, you see already, in the sunlight, there's no particles. That's not to say it's not dusty. It is. But because it's mineral wool and it's made of spun rock, it just falls out real fast. So it doesn't tend to drift around. So there's a little bit in the sunbeams, but not a lot. So now I'm going to cut the hardy plank and put that in that spot and call that a day. So and then I'll put plastic over the window so that less chance of rain. Tonight it's supposed to rain, so I'll put some plastic over that. So one thing that I do that's really good is I use cement board under the windows, and I've debated using it in the bathroom. So this is cement board, and you can work with it just like drywall. And here's drywall. You know, you see the difference? I can see how I'm flaking pieces off of that. This would absorb water in a flood. Because I'm worried about leaving a window open and having water come in, which will happen, and I'm trying to build a house that'll last 100 years. So underneath the windows, I'm going to use cement board. Now, the boards are treated, so they won't absorb mold. And I've got foil there, which is just plastic and aluminum, which also doesn't absorb mold. And then there's cement board, which doesn't like mold either. So I'm doing my best. And lastly, because the mineral wool is hygroscopic, it repels mold. So what I'm going to do is measure that out, and then I'll cut it for you, and you can watch me cut it. I just use a regular razor knife. They do make blades for that. If you were doing it outside and you had hundreds of cuts, you would use a saw. But for onesie-twosies under windows like this or in a bathroom, you can't go wrong with just using a razor knife just to get it done. Use the tools you have, and don't worry about buying tools you don't. I'm not going to bother measuring. It looks square enough, so I'm just going to jam it in there and just mark the edges. And if it's a little off one way or another, it'll be okay because I'm going to plaster it just like I would drywall. I will cut it, a 1/4 inch short so that I can move it around a little bit. But that looks good to me. It's getting late. I'm hungry and tired, and that's when I make mistakes. So let's hope no mistake. So your first cut, you just want to get on the line. You don't want to press real hard, because if you wander off and you make if you press hard and you wander off, you're going to go like that. And then that will cause you to have a broken edge that's not even. So your first cut, you just want to get it started. You want to be as careful. I could have used a straight edge on there. That would have been better even. But this will be okay. Didn't wander around too much. And then the next time I go in and raise it up a little bit more and adding increasing pressure. I find with drywall, one cut and you could break it sometime. But with this, spend a little bit of time and get in there and get it down in there. I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, let's say. When you snap it, you want it to be a nice clean snap. That should do it. And once you've got it scored, you just bend it and you kick it right where it's... Kick it. Yeah, I see. You're going to give me what for in front of the video. All right. I am tired, so that explains that. Alright. You're not gonna let me get away with that, huh? I'm kind of tired. I just want you to do what I'm asking you to do. I'm too tired. I'm glad I didn't break it. Yeah. I might leave that in there to show you that I didn't go deep enough. This is the piece I want. All right, fine. I'll go deeper. Get in there deeper. I don't know if I'll edit out my mistake or not. Sometimes I leave them in. They're educational. I don't normally make mistakes like that. That was immature. But I am tired. I worked all day. Even though I'm a fat boy, I'm missing my lunch today too. So, all right, come on. Jeez, just that easy. Just spend a few more minutes cutting it deeper than I did. All right, let's see if I messed up. Does it fit under there? Fits perfect. All right. Let's see if I got it this way right. I do. All righty, that was silly, but I did it. All right, so the lower piece, I'm definitely going to have to spend a bit more time cutting it longer. Or, you know, because I had leverage for that piece, but I don't have leverage for this piece. So let me spend a few minutes cutting this deep enough where I don't do that silly thing you just saw me do. In fact, I broke the end off my blade right there. What I don't want to do, you saw last time messing around, I broke a big hunk off of it. I don't want to mess up. I just want to get this job done. And then after that, I have to pre-drill, pilot hole all these, and then drill a little hole in them so that the drywall can, the drywall screw can be recessed, and I don't have effectively nail pops sticking out from this hardy plank. Alrighty. There we go. Alright. So now I have that all set in there. So this is a little wedge that you put underneath drywall, or in this case, fiberboard. And by stepping on it, see, you can raise it up. Now, I don't need to raise this up much. See that? I got a little edge there. And the other thing is, down there in the corner, it doesn't fit. Look at this, it's got a built-in rasp on it. So let's just rasp that part off. Now this is cement that I'm rasping, not drywall, so it's definitely more difficult, but I think that'll probably be enough. Maybe both ends. That doesn't work. Let me rotate it, see if I cut it crooked. There we go. All right. Wonderful. Now the other thing with cement board is I'm going to have to pilot drill all the drywall holes. because if I try to drive that in, one, the head won't sink in, and if I try, it's just going to snap the screw off. That's all it'll do. So I've got to pre-drill all of these. And let me pull it out and get that wedge in there one more time, because I'm not real satisfied with how I got it in there. Alright, and now you see why I made a little extra 2x4s so that I'll have room in there. So I start in the corners. Now the behind here, remember, I've got a conduit, so I want to make sure I don't drill through the conduit. I could put tape there and mark it or do something, but if you're not working that very day, I would suggest that you get yourself the guards that would guard that. Now, this is just to make room for the countersink hole. That's all I'm doing there. Normally, I drill a whole bunch of holes and then run the drywall in there, but this is just so you can see it in microcosm. Oh, I knew that was a bad screw for that. So, you know, right there is where the conduit is. So I don't want to hit that. So we'll go above it. The drill bit that's just as big as the screw head. I had a whole bunch of stainless steel drywall screws and used them all up. That would be even better, because then I'd never have a rusty drywall screw. See there where it's recessed now. Now when I go back through and plaster it, it'll look pretty darn good. Oh, all right, getting towards the end of a day for old Steve here. So time to say goodbye, partners, right? So what did I get done today? I cleaned my outdoor storage tent. I moved everything out of here so that I could continue doing the furring strips around it. I put in the missing power box that was missing. I got the cement board, hardy plank, put underneath that window. So if it rains, and it is going to rain tonight. So if it rains tonight and I see water dripping, I'll just have to feel bad. So I'll put a little plastic around the outside of that because I need to put a header and a footer on that window, right? Jams around that window. But I got quite a bit. Moved some cement. That wasn't so easy. Feeling pretty good about this little bit of work. So I'm going to keep working on the furring strips, and then I'll do an inventory of how many pieces of drywall I need. If it's raining, I don't move drywall. But heading to town tomorrow, Austin. So if I get the chance, I'll stop and pick up, I think, a little bit of bathroom green board if they've got it in 3/4 inch. If not, I'll live with 1/2 inch. And then finish up the bathroom drywall because I've got the electric in. And then I'll keep working on this. Ceiling's the hard part, so I'll work on the ceilings. Oh, like, subscribe, follow me along. Thank you much, y'all. Bye.